Primerica. We get paid from personal sales. Remember that slide that Rachel showed with all the different companies that we work with?
Yep.
If you like that part of our business and you want to be like a financial advisor here, you can do that. We have a part-time position called a district leader. I'll show you in a second. And that position pays as much as a Merrill Lynch broker. And it's our part-time position. Okay? So if you like that idea of being a financial advisor and that's what you wanted to come here and do, you can do that if you like that part of our business. Okay? Because we're looking for those types of people. So anyway, we make money from that. Personal sales, life insurance, investments, auto and home, debt products. And then another way we make money is through overrides. So the second kind of person we're looking for is someone who maybe isn't interested in being a financial advisor, but what they would like to do is hire and train a bunch of people who would like to be financial advisors and override that system. And have a bunch of branches that they override and own. And they're going to look for people to help run and override those, or run those branches. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So kind of like you're going to be looking for franchise owners. They're going to be in your organization. So all the agents on your team sells. Okay, residuals. You know what that means? Every time you or your agents help a client, they go sign them up and set up on their investments one time, and you get paid on that forever. Is that cool?
Yep.
Every month you make a little bit off each one of those. Okay? Does that sound like a good idea?
Yeah.
I mean, does that work like that at your job? You go to work today at your job and you do your work for the day and they keep paying you on that day forever? See? So see, why would you keep doing that when I'm giving you an option to come work here where every single day you can set up a new client and earn money every single day for the rest of your life because you set up that one new client? Right?
Yep.
Right.
We also get paid from stock. Okay? The company gives us a lot of stock every promotion we get. Okay? You get incentive trips twice a year. They take us on at least twice a year. There's actually more trips than that, but at least twice a year. They take us on all expenses paid trips to very nice locations, Bahamas, Hawaii. We're going to San Diego in August. We're going to Puerto Rico in February. And they pay for everything, you and your spouse. Okay? And then ownership. So you can actually own your business here and qualify to sell it if you wanted to or pass it on to your family, whatever you wanted to do. It just gives you options to do that. You actually own your business here. Primerica does not own it. You own it. How's that?
Awesome.
Okay? So, how do we get paid? So here's that beginner contract, okay? That district leader contract that somebody pays as good as a Merrill Lynch broker. If you sat down and you just helped someone with just their life insurance, okay? Our average life insurance policy is about $1,000 a year, about $83 a month. That's our average size policy that we sell to our clients. Because that's we have married, kids, homeowners. That's about how much our premium usually is. So if you did one policy, you'd make $500 helping that family. Pretty cool?
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you help just 3 families a month, that's an extra $1,500 a month.
Awesome.
In addition to your current job income. So you come here, start with this part-time, work whenever you want, no quotas, do as much or as little as you want. You get up 6 families if you want, you get up 10 families if you wanted, whatever you wanted to do. Make sense? Do you think there's anybody out there that might be interested in that position?
Yes.
Hey, a lot of people, right? Like, yeah, like me, right? Exactly, okay? So, now, what if you helped 3 clients a month and you did all 3 clients with all 3 products with these clients, okay? Or 4 products, I'm sorry. That would pay you about $2,000 to $3,000 per month, okay? Kind of gives you an idea there. That pretty good?
Yep.
Not bad, right? That's part-time, by the way. You can keep your job and do this part-time. Work a couple nights a week. Would it be worth learning our business and getting really good at it if that was the potential?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay? Now this is if you want to be a financial advisor salesperson, okay? But if you want to be an owner and be more in the franchise owner type business, okay, then you want to become what we call a regional vice president. So all you would have to do that is find 3 people that could be good district leaders that you could train that could also help at least 3 clients per month. And you would also contribute to your business and you'd also help 3 clients a month. You with me?
Yep.
In 30 days, you can figure out a way to help 3 clients if this was your full-time deal, right? So now at that point, your agency would be helping about 12 clients per month. So you're not changing the world with that. You're helping 12 clients a month. But it's a good start. This is kind of a starting position really with us. I mean, regional vice president is kind of like when you graduate in Primerica. So that'd be a $100,000 income kind of starting out, okay? Now, that's about 3 times better than most of you are making right now in your full-time jobs, isn't it?
Yep. Yes.
Or more, okay?
More than
Maybe 5 times more. And I know some of you say, I got to think about it. I don't know if this is for me. Listen, you act like you got options. You don't have options. I know. because there aren't any out there, right? Like this, okay? Now, that's a regional vice president. Now, what if I'm this guy, and you hired me, and I see you're making $100,000 a year, and I'm part-time, and I'm making okay money part-time, but I'm ambitious. What am I going to want to learn how to do?
What you're doing.
I want to be an RVP, you know? I want to make a six-figure income. So you keep working with us, and you help us now build an agency like you have. You with me?
Yep.
So you duplicate yourself. Just like if you own a McDonald's franchise and you want to open up another franchise, you'd have to go, first of all, you have to go buy a whole new franchise, but then you'd have to staff it with people. You'd have to hire, recruit, and train people to staff that McDonald's.
Right.
And then, boom, you'd have an extra 80 to 100 grand a year income coming in from that McDonald's. Okay? Well, here, you don't have to put out $2 million to buy a franchise like you would McDonald's. Here, you just train me how to do it. It might take me 24 months, let's say, to become regional vice president. But let's say you help us three do that over the next 2 or 3 years. And now you become what we call a senior vice president, which basically just means you have 3 other locations plus yours. Now, we all run our own. Like, I come to this office maybe a couple times a year, right, guys? I mean, you know what's crazy is I don't even know most of you in here. Is that unbelievable? I mean, a lot of you are in Primerica, and I haven't even met you yet, right? And you're part of my business. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want to get to know you more, but you got to do more because that's why I know who you are, right? But how many of you like to have a business where you got all these people joining your business and you don't even know them?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, right? Okay, right now, so you know every single person on your team. That means you're tiny, right? Like, I don't know most of the people on my team. Like, I don't know most of them, right? So, senior vice president for ARVs, this is conservative. That's a $250,000 a year income, okay? And now, my wife Lexi and I, when we became senior vice presidents back in 2006, we were making, 2007, 2007, we were making $500,000 a year as senior vice president. So this is conservative, okay? And then you could just keep, now by the way, how would you feel if you recruited people and helped them make six-figure incomes for a living?
Be awesome.
If people say, what do you do for work? I hire and train people and teach them how to make 6 figures. That's what you'd be doing here.
Yep.
Okay? So you'd have to learn how to do it first, but that's what you'd be doing here. Okay? And you could just keep going. The next step would be a national sales director. You develop 6 regional vice presidents. So every time you want a pay raise, promote a new regional vice president. Like, how many of you like to make a $50,000 a year raise this year? Well, in Primerica, all you got to do is go recruit and train somebody to become an RVP, and there's your $50,000 a year raise forever. And as they get bigger, that gets bigger. Okay? So, again, that's a $500,000 income. We actually went over $1 million a year in income as national sales directors. So these are conservative. Okay? Isn't this crazy nuts? Like, why the crap should Primerica give somebody like you or I a shot at this?
Because they believe in people.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, we got no experience in the financial services industry. We're a bunch of construction workers and plumbers and teachers and coaches and single moms and, right? Right?
Right.
And here you are, and here Primerica is, to give us a shot. They have a home office with 1,800 employees. They have a, 1,000 square foot office. How many square feet? I don't know, some ridiculous number. That all work for us. They work for you day one. You join, you have 1,800 employees working for you day one.
Yep.
I know, so you got to think about it, pray about it. I know. Not saying you shouldn't, but God also gave you a brain. Okay? He did give you, and I think a lot of you probably already been praying every night. And it's already answered your prayers. You've got to recognize it. Right?
Yes.
Yep.
This is the forum area. I know I've got to watch out what I'm saying. Right? All right, so this is our story. This is a more recent picture of us. But we got started in 2001. My wife and I were working at Discover Card credit card company up in Sandy, Utah. That's where we both grew up, by the way. I didn't know what I wanted to do for a career at that point. I was going to school at Utah Valley University. It was UVSC at that time. And I just could not stand sitting in class all day, taking generals, and throwing money into this, what I felt was a pit. It just drove me nuts. I mean, what is the point of this? Okay? Now, if I was going to be a doctor or something, it would have been a different story, but I didn't want to be a doctor. Okay? So a coworker at Discover Card approached me one day and said, "You got to come take a look at this financial company I just started with. They're expanding. It's a good opportunity." And I put them off for 5, 6, 7 weeks. You know, I just kept putting them off. And finally, I said, "Okay, I'll come check it out." So I went down to the office in Sandy. This was actually in December of 2000, and I saw the same basic presentation, and it blew my mind. It totally blew my mind that I was 22 years old. I'd never been taught any of these financial concepts. My parents never taught them to me. I was mad at my parents for not teaching me. Right? Then I go talk to my parents and they didn't know, right? I go, "Mom, Dad, what about these mutual funds things?" You know what they told me? "Oh yeah, but they're risky. They're in the stock market." That's what my parents told me. And by the way, my parents have actually always invested in mutual funds and actually done very well with them because they've always invested their money. But they're the ones telling me, "Yeah, but they're risky." So this is what I'm getting from my parents, right? And so I was kind of upset about that, right? And then I found out they had the wrong kind of life insurance. So I just couldn't believe that this was out there and they're not teaching this in school. So first of all, I believed totally what the company did. Second reason I got involved, again, 22, my wife was 18, and the guy on stage, Brandon Merton, he lives in South Jordan, Utah. In fact, I'm going to his mom's funeral tomorrow. His mom passed away this last week. But when we started, that's why I'm up here, but when I started, he was making about $250,000 a year. Well, I'm 22 years old, and I'm going, "That's a lot of money." And he said, "Come work with me. I'll teach you exactly what I did. If you just copy what I did, you'll have what I have." And we were in a room just like this. I'm kind of looking around the room going, "Okay, I can figure out how to get some people to come, you know." And so we started, okay? And that first year in the business, we earned $20,000 part-time trying to figure this thing out. Now, by the way, a lot of you, see, here's something I see a lot with people is, you're looking at me right now and you're going, "Yeah, but that's you and I'm different than you." And you would be surprised. We have a lot more similarities than you think, okay? I'm just as scared as you are. I'm just as unsure of myself as you are. I've been doing this for 13 years though.